Hi again, welcome to part 3 of the Honda HRB 475 deck change. We haven't got much left to do now really. We've got to put the new part in the gearbox, get the gearbox back together and then put it back on the roller system and then get the roller system back onto the lawnmower. Then we have to put the carburetor back on and then I think we're about done then. So then we can have a test out and just check everything I've done works okay and hopefully the mower will be all good. So we'll get on with getting all these bits back together now. So let's get this gearbox sorted. The new part is here, as I mentioned, and you can see the difference. I'll hold my hand underneath so it focuses better. You can see them edges are much sharper on there than on the original one. See, that one's badly curved there. The new one are all nice and straight. Yep, that was £32 and it come within 2 days. So now I'm going to get the new one back in the gearbox. I won't show you this because I did a video a few weeks back of the whole process. All I basically do is just put that in and then put a clip on there. That's a clip, and then the cog goes in on top. But before I do all that, I sort of pack it with grease as I go. And then, yeah, I can see where it's got very corroded around there. And that's where the oil must have leaked out from. So that's why I'm going to go with the grease. It'll all stay in there much better being grease, but it is quite runny grease. Yeah, I'll link that video of when I did the gearbox before in the comments and in the description as well. That was a 3-part series of a Honda HR194 that was. So yeah, I'll link it in them 2 places. So I'll get on with this and you'll see me when I've got the gearbox back together. Then I've got to get the rollers back on and the middle shaft and everything, and then we can get this back on the mower and we'll nearly be there. It's just a carburetor to do then, and then we should be sorted with this one. I've got the roller sort of on now. It is actually not connected quite yet, but I showed all this in that other video I did on the Honda HR194. Yeah, there's one of these springs in at the other end, and that's supposed to stop the side-to-side movement when the gearbox is in place. But sometimes I think because of wear and tear either on the bearing or on the shaft or roller or something, you do have to put a packing washer in. I did have to do that on the other one. This one, hopefully I won't have to. Might just be out of your sight here a little bit. So now the circuit is in place, we have one of these washers to go on. That, and that goes on there and goes against that circlip. To push that down with the screwdriver as well. Hope I haven't got to take this back off, but hopefully it'll be okay. So now what I'm going to do, just going to get a bit of this grease here, just to grease up this before I put the gearbox on. Just put a little bit around there. Just mainly make it easier to get off if it's got to come off again. But them circlips have had to go on around there, them bigger ones like that. I don't know, have I actually done the wrong side at the moment? No, that's right. I can do the other one afterwards. And then there's some roller bearings in there, which are quite hard to get some grease in there, but I'll try my best. If I get a bit in one side, as I push it on, it sort of pushes it through anyway. So if I get some in there, as it goes on the shaft, it will sort of push it through. So I'll pack it a little bit. Yeah, and then I can just do that bit on the other side when it's on. So now I'll get the roller back on. The bench clip is in place as you saw, and that washer is in there. Now if I slide the gearbox on, and get that into place like that, and that should all be good. Now I'll just find the clip to put the washer first, then the clip on. Then I'll check for play, and then if there's no play, I can get the small roller on. If there's play on the small roller, it's easier because I can deal with it on this end. But I'll just get the clips ready and that washer, and then we'll get this on. So now I have one of these washers. Goes in like that. I have to push it all the way down because I've got to get that clip round there. So that clip is in place. I'll just show you. If it didn't move around easy like this, which it does, not quite easy, it's proving it's in the slot where it's supposed to be. So that's all good. Now I can get this roller on. It doesn't seem to be any play in it, so I think we could be all right. So that can go on like that, and I'll know for sure when it's all back together. I'll just put the bracket on the end. I'll do that off camera. It's only a key in there, and then put the end on with that washer. I have got to remember that wavy washer. So I'll put that on, the key in, and then just put the end on. The drive's all back together now. The gearbox is there and the two rollers are there, all bolted together. Everything's all good. There's no side to side play, like I said. I did have to put one of them thinner washers in, like I put in the middle. One of them, I had one spare, so I've just tucked that in this end, and it just took up a tiny bit of play that was there. There wasn't a lot. And now if I turn that, you can see it's driving. I'll pull that lever down there, pull that lever up, it's driving. So like I said, if you want to see a more in-depth video about how to do all this, that video I mentioned, which will be linked below and in the description as well, it'll be in the comments and the description. And yeah, that video was a much more detailed video of how to do this. Just done a bit of an overview of this one really, but it's ready to go back on the mower now. So hopefully replacing that dog clutch and basically greasing everything up and making sure everything is good. Hopefully it'll all be good when it's on the mower. So now I'm going to get the roller system back on the mower. So I'll show you how to do that. It's pretty easy. Firstly, I have to put the cable in, which is just goes in there like so, and then that spring goes like that. The outer cable goes in there. I'm just going to check the other end that it's pulled tight so it doesn't slip out. All seems good. That bit there, that slides into that bracket there. There's a bracket in there with a slot in it, and that goes in there. But before that goes in, I have to put that bit of shaft into the shaft on the back of the engine. You probably can't hardly see that. Just there it is. I've had to take that undercover guard bit off, this bit here, because for some reason someone had put the wrong end of that on. It shouldn't have that type, it should have like that. So I had one off a spares engine, so I've changed it over. But it actually makes the job easier. If you do come across this job, there's a bolt there, a long bolt that goes through there, and that holds through there, and that goes into the chute, and there's a nut the other end, so that's easy enough to get off. Two are engine bolts, and then you've just got this, where's that go, little bolt that goes in there, comes out there, so then you can sort of I just tapped it from underneath and it come off. So it actually makes the whole process easier this way. I just didn't want to take the guard off before, but yeah, it is easier this way. So now I'm just going to get that into place. The cable's attached, but I am just going to push that outer cable through again, and then you just have to put that bit there into there. Yeah, so we just lift that into place there. That should go into there like so, and that little bit I mentioned into that bracket is in place. So I just want to twist these around the brackets to hold it on, and there is one little bit I have to just fit in at the top. I'll show you, I can show you that afterwards. That is in, so I'm just going to drop the mower back a bit like that. That is a bit there. I just had one of them grab type washer clips on, so I could do that afterwards. Yeah, so now I have put a nut and bolt through there. I think it's actually, yes, the bolt goes through there, but there is a little spacer that fits into the plastic body like that. So we get that in, line, put that bolt through, and initially I'll just lightly just tighten that around. I thought I had 2 washers on there, but yeah, it only has to have 1. So it's the same process with the bottom one. I'll put the bolt through the bracket and then it comes through there. I've got to put that spacer on there like so. Washer, nut. So that is all in place. I have these, where are they? 1 washer to go on here. And then I have that, like I said, grab washer thing, which actually is a bit bent up, that one. You could always drill this through. I possibly might do that. Drill it through and put a split pin through it. I've just got to straighten that up a little bit. So I have straightened up now a bit better than it was. And then I get a socket over the top, then just hold something underneath as I tap it. It should go on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, to do that, I probably won't bother with actually with a split pin on that one now. It's held pretty good. But as you're banging it through, you do need to sort of hold it up. Otherwise, it won't push over very well. So I just used a adjustable spanner to do that. So all I have to do now is tighten them 2 up. I'll do them in a minute. Before I get to that stage, I'm just going to put that guard back on. I'll show you me putting that back on quickly. Good thing as well, if you take the guard off and clean everything out as well really nicely. But it had got pretty rusty under here. You're probably going back to, well, you would be going back to early 2000s, if not late 90s for this mower. So yeah, it isn't a young mower. So just, that's 1 engine bolt there. Do 1 here. Got them done. We've got that one there which had the nut. I'll do that off camera because I've got to get a spanner underneath the other side and that for that one. And then we just have the little 10mm one here. Yeah, that is 10mm head. So that's in. Yeah, so I could just push this one in, but I'll do the rest from underneath or where the flap is. Like that. So I'll just put the nut on there and then that's back together. I've still got to do the carburetor like I said, and I forgot I needed a blade. I've ordered that this morning, so that should be here in a couple of days. So I'll just get them. All I've got to do is just tighten them 2 up and connect the cable at the top. Yep, I'll leave that part there and I'll be back with you when I'm doing the carburetor. The carb's all been cleaned out now and I actually have put it back on. I know I said I was going to show you me putting it back on, but I had a real issue getting it past that bar there with the bowl on and the bowl nut at the bottom. It really struggled to get past there. I managed to sort of fight it past there, but yeah, that isn't ideal. But anyway, I got it on and I'll just show you just behind there. There's a gasket I made for it, and there's a block between and another gasket between the head and that block. So there's a gasket there, then a plastic block, then a gasket I had to make because I broke the original one, and then the carb goes on like that, and then we have that bit there which is like rubberized both sides, so that's metal in the middle and rubberized both sides. So then that goes in there before I put the air filter housing back on. I've just got to do the fuel line as well. That's tucked up there. I'll do that in a second. You haven't got to see that. And I had to connect that choke rod there, and I've got to put that rod in. I can get it in, and then we have that spring. It's got to go in that little hole next to it. Which, come on. Yep, that's in. Yep, as well. Yep, so that's all good. So yeah, off camera I'll just connect the fuel line and then just put on the housing. I've got a new air filter as well for it, so we can take this outside tomorrow and try it, because it's quite late now. So tomorrow, next time you'll see it will be outside, and then we'll try it and see if the drive all works well. And I've got a few little odd bits to do on it, and then this one should be done. So hopefully this carb is actually good this time, because this is the one that messed around a little bit when it first started up on the other mower. So I've been through the ultrasonic cleaner, cleaned everything very thoroughly, so it should be good. It's as good as I can get it. If not, I did clean another carb the same as well, so we'll have to take this one back off and change the housing over, well, the main part of the carb with the bowl and that off of that one, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. Like I said, I'll see you next outside. So now the Honda HRB 475 is outside. We'll go for a start up, and yeah, hopefully everything is good. I'll just show you the drive working and the blade engaging. The new blade is on it now, and yeah, hopefully this is a done job now. So we'll just do a cold start. When cold, choke. So yep, everything is working great with that. All I've got to do now is just give it a final clean. It's not too bad, but just give it a final clean and that should be good to go. I will just show you the other one, the one I did before. This is the one you've seen on the bench. The other one is the one I did before, so I'll show you that now quickly before we end this video. So here's the one you didn't see me repair, and we'll do a cold start on that one as well. Choke. So I can consider these two mowers done now. They both run great, as you've just seen. The blades engage as they should. The drives work really well, so my repairs were successful on both the drives. I did the same repair on them, and yeah, I'm really pleased with them too. Just a slight clean up. They're not too bad, but slight clean up. They're an old mower, so they're not going to look perfect, but yeah, from two old mowers, well actually three, that were thrown behind my shed, I think they've come out pretty nice really, and they should last quite a few more years, I would think. The They are the good ones, like I mentioned before. They've got like the Pro engine on and the Pro gearbox, so the gearbox, as you've seen, can be repaired if anything does go wrong with it. And yeah, I'm pleased with them. They did cost me a bit over £100 for parts and bits and pieces, so yeah, these two, they don't really owe me anything. I didn't hardly pay anything for them, but they do owe me about £50–60 each, so yeah, they should do okay. I should get a decent profit for them. Hopefully what I said, 500 for the two, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, I'm going to end the video here. So thanks for watching the series of, well, mainly this Honda HRB 475, but you have seen that one a little bit. And yeah, I'll leave the video there. So bye for now. I'll see you again soon.